Have you ever set a goal, worked extremely hard to hit it, only to get frustrated because you realized that you weren't going to reach it? If you stick with me until the end of this video, I'm going to show you why 92% of entrepreneurs fail to hit their goals. And I promise you, this will help you become like the 8% that do hit their goals. Now, I know what you're thinking. Only 8%? That can't be right. And you're probably wondering if I'm about to talk about discipline or time management. The answer is that both of those things play a pivotal role, but there are actually 3 things that I'm going to talk about today that I call identity level ingredients. So 3 ingredients that make achieving your goals actually possible. Real quick, before I get started, I want to make this very, very clear. I'm not a guru. I'm just a guy who figured some things out the hard way, and I'm here to show you what worked for me so that you don't have to learn it the way that I did. And if you want the full system that I put together so you can see how to apply this to your business, make sure you comment the word blueprint down below. I'll send you my free identity transformation blueprint that walks you through this step by step. The reason that people don't hit their goals isn't because of the goals themselves. So then, why do only about 8% of people actually hit their goals? Because the goal by itself is meaningless. You're missing some important ingredients or things that will make your goal actually achievable. So for the purpose of this video, we're gonna call them identity level ingredients. The first identity level ingredient is clarity. And I'm not talking about the I wanna make more money or the I wanna grow my business. That's not clarity. That's a vague direction. There's a quote that I love. A goal without a plan is just a wish. And most entrepreneurs are running their entire businesses on hopes, wishes, and prayers. Here's what I mean. Think about it like shooting at a target. If someone puts a blindfold over your eyes, spins you around and says, hit the bullseye, what are your chances of actually hitting it? Almost 0, right? That's what you're doing when you don't have clarity on your goals, your desired outcomes, and your destination. I want to scale. I want more clients. I want to hit 6 figures. Those aren't targets. You're just hoping and wishing. Let's look at the data real quick. A huge percentage of small businesses that fail do not fail because their idea was bad. They don't even fail because their product was bad. They fail because there was no clear plan, no defined target, and no concrete destination for where they were actually going. You can't scale what you can't see. So if you're trying to grow your business without absolute clarity on these 3 things, what you're building, who you're building it for, and what success actually looks like in measurable terms, you're just shooting blindfolded. There's another quote that makes this point. The trouble with not having a goal is that you can run up and down the field and never score. That's what Bill Copeland said. Think about that for a second. You can be busy all day, running around doing meetings, posting content, answering emails, doing, the business stuff. But if you don't have a clear, defined target that you're aiming at, you're just running up and down the field and you're not scoring. And that will be acceptable to you because you don't have a clear and defined goal in the first place. Clarity is the first identity level ingredient because if you don't know exactly where you're going, it doesn't matter how hard you work to get there. The second identity level ingredient is purpose. And I'm not talking about the know your why in some fluffy motivational post kind of way. I'm talking about the deep emotional reason that makes quitting not even an option in the first place. Here's what most people don't understand. Motivation fades, discipline wavers, but purpose will anchor you when everything else is falling apart. Andrew Carnegie said it like this. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Let me explain it like this. Imagine you're climbing a mountain, and halfway up that mountain, it starts raining. It gets cold. Your legs are burning. You're exhausted. If your reason for climbing is, man, I thought it'd be nice. I thought it would be cool to just say I did it. You're gonna turn around and you're gonna go home. But if your reason is, my kid is at the top and they're waiting for me, you're not going to let anything stop you, even if you gotta crawl your way up that mountain. That's the difference between a shallow goal and a purpose-driven goal. See, most entrepreneurs, they quit not because the work is too hard, but because the why behind the work is too weak. If your goal doesn't emotionally matter to you, if it doesn't command your thoughts, liberate your energy, and inspire your hopes, you'll fold the moment things get difficult. And they will get difficult. So ask yourself, why does this goal actually matter to me? Because if you can't answer that question with something deep, something meaningful, man, you're just building a house on sand, man. The purpose is the second identity level ingredient because it's the anchor that keeps you going when motivation runs out. The third identity level ingredient is urgency. You have to have a timeline. And this is where most entrepreneurs sabotage themselves without even knowing it. Let me explain something called Parkinson's law. It's a principle that says work expands to fill the time that is available for its completion. Here's what that means in plain English. If you give yourself a year to do something that you can do in 90 days, your brain will stretch that work out to fill the entire year. You'll end up procrastinating, you'll overthink, you'll wait for the right time, and you'll always find distractions. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain is wired to match the effort to the deadline. So think about it like this. If I told you that you have 12 months to pack up your entire house and move, you'd probably take your time. You pack a box here and there. You'd organize, you'd procrastinate a little bit. But if I told you that you got 48 hours to pack your whole house up and move, you'd be moving at lightning speed. Everything would get done. Same task, different sense of urgency, different outcome. Long timelines, believe it or not, kill your execution. Short timelines, however, create urgency, and urgency creates and leads to identity shifts. So here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. You don't need more time, you need more urgency. Because when the deadline is tight, your identity has no choice but to upgrade. You stop being the person who tries and you become the person who executes. You stop waiting to feel ready and you start acting before you're ready. Jim Rohn said it perfectly. He said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. And discipline shows up the fastest when the timeline forces it to. So if you've been giving yourself long, comfortable timelines for your goals, you're protecting your comfort zone, not your business. Timeline or a sense of urgency is the third identity level ingredient because urgency forces your identity to rise to the occasion. Now here's where this all comes together. Just like missing a cake. We're gonna throw clarity, we're gonna throw in purpose, and we're gonna throw in urgency. And it's time to blend it all together. Clarity tells you where you're going. Purpose tells you why it matters. Urgency tells you when it has to happen. But none of that works unless you make the goal non-negotiable. And that's an identity decision. So here's what I mean. Right now, your goal is probably negotiable to you. You got an escape route, a backup plan, and a way out of it if it gets too hard. If that doesn't work, I'll try something else. If I don't hit it this quarter, I'll push it to the next quarter. If it's too stressful, I'll just scale back. That's negotiable. And negotiable goals don't get achieved. Non-negotiable goals get achieved when the consequence of not achieving your goal becomes unbearable. Action becomes automatic. Dan Martell, I believe is his name. He said it like this. He was given an example on this very thing, and he said that one lady that works for him came up to him and said, I want y'all to hold me accountable. I really want to lose weight, and I really want to lose, I think it was 20 pounds. I really want to reach this goal. And she was emphatic about it. She really wanted everybody to help her reach this goal and hold her accountable so she can do it. So Dan Martell asked her, how bad do you really want to reach this goal? And she said, really bad. He said, all right, bet. So this is what we're gonna do. If you don't lose those 20 pounds in the next, I believe it was 3 months, you're fired. She said, what? That's not what I was talking about. He said, no. He said, if you don't reach your goal in the next 90 days, you're fired. Let's shake on it right now. And she was flabbergasted, man. She was taken aback. Why? Because she thought he was sabotaging her. But what she wasn't understanding was that he was trying to teach her something. If you make the punishment of not doing what you say you want to do worse than the work that it takes to actually get the thing done, you'll actually get the thing done. Think about it like this. If I told you that I give you $10,000 if you ran a mile, you probably think about it. You consider it. You might even do it if you felt like it. But if I told you that if you don't run a mile in the next hour, you'll lose everything that you own, you'd immediately start running with no hesitation, right? Same goal, different consequences, different outcome. So here's the question that you gotta ask yourself. What would have to be true for your goal to become non-negotiable? What would make staying where you are more painful than doing the work to grow? Because once you answer that question, everything changes. James Clear, one of my favorite authors, he wrote a book called The Atomic Habits, and he says it like this: every action that you take is a vote for the type of person that you want to become. So every time you delay, you're voting for the identity of someone who doesn't get things done. Every time you make excuses, you're voting for the identity of someone who doesn't hit their goals. Every time you execute, though, you're voting for the identity of someone who hits their goals, achieves their desired outcomes, and ultimately gets the most out of their life. Your identity is built by your beliefs, and the actions that you repeat prove your identity. So, if you want to be in the 8% of entrepreneurs who actually hit their goals, you have to start acting like someone in the 8%. Not someday, but right now. So let me bring this full circle. 92% of entrepreneurs fail to hit their goals. Not because they don't know what to do, not because they lack resources, not because they're lazy, not because they don't have access to the right things or the right people, but because their identity and their goals aren't aligned. Clarity, purpose, and urgency are the 3 identity level ingredients that make achieving your goals actually achievable. But here's something you need to consider. Behavior always follows identity. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your identity. James Clear said it like this: you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And your systems are built by your identity. If your identity says, I'm just someone who tries, you'll just try. If your identity says, I'm someone who executes and get things done, you'll execute. So the question isn't, how do I hit my goals? The question is, who do I need to become to make hitting my goals inevitable? And once you answer that question, everything changes. You'll build systems that allow you to perform consistently and show up every day. The discipline is built on the system. The system is built on the identity, and the identity is built on the goal. If you want this full system so you can see how to apply this to your business or to your life, which is again, how to build clarity, how to anchor your purpose, and how to create urgency and shift your identity, comment the word blueprint down below and I'll send you my free identity transformation blueprint. It walks you through this framework step by step so you can stop being in the 92% and start operating like the 8%. And if this gave you any value at all, subscribe, man, and hit the bell. We'll see you in the next one.